Well, it's been a little while since we've done a product review. It's been a couple days since we've been in the greenhouse. A little batch of purple basil. We're ready to split these apart and get them in separate containers. Let's go ahead and see what we got there. Well, a funny thing happened on the way to the greenhouse. We stumbled across some blueberries. Quite a few of them. I didn't mean to stop, but I'm just amazed. Like I said the other day, until recently I've never been able to grow blueberries. And you can do this too. Oh, and that's why we do it. Sweet. That's what a blueberry is supposed to taste like. And in a deep mulch garden where you're not using any chemicals, you can come right out here, pop them in your mouth. I've been looking for some way to control the bugs without using spray, and I think a little handheld vacuum where we can suck them up might just do the trick. Saker's come out with this little handheld vacuum. Let's go ahead and take and review that, and we're going to go ahead and split apart some purple basil. See how that green basil's doing. Come on, let's go up to the greenhouse and check it out. But before we get too far down that road, remember I told you it'd only be a few days and these would root. So we're going to go ahead and get these in containers also. That's just how fast your basil goes. Let's just take one or two of these out of here. Just look at the roots on that. Now I've got a little soil preset in here. Just going to set this down in here, backfill. Just lightly snug that in around those new roots. Give it just a little more soil. Remember, we started with 1 container of basil where we had pinched those off. They've already grown up or is branching out, making brand new leaves, filling out nicely. I knew we'd get roots pretty quick, but I'm even pretty surprised at how fast that rooted. We turned one little clump of basil into a whole bunch of happy little basil plants. I'm going to have to get another pan to put these in. You just keep adding as much soil as you need to. And on basil, remember, the entire stem will root, so you can't plant it too deep. And I use whatever leftover containers I got laying around. Then we've got another tray here. Go ahead and just set those in there. I'm going to let these get a little bigger size, and then when we come back to prune these and root, we'll prune these at a root. Some of that excess soil, if you lose it, just goes back in your potting mix. But you will get down to that root ball, so you just get your thumb on the side of the plant you want to get out, and you just roll it apart. They're kind of tangled together down in there. See, we got one nice chunk there, roots on it, and these two. Kind of look down in here, I had to untwist them. They were kind of twisted together down below the soil level. And you just separate. If you have to tear the roots, you just have to tear the roots. But separate them so you got roots on both of these. This entire stem will root. So we're just going to put it down until it touches the soil that's already in here. Put some of its own soil back in. Backfill up to those first leaves. Snug that in. You want to make sure you got good soil support all the way around, so try to center it up in your container. That'll allow your roots to grow out symmetrically, and that's how we turn one little cluster into a whole bunch of plants. And the next time we look at all of these, we'll take cuttings off of these mature ones, root them, and make even more plants. It's been a while since we've done an unboxing, and this little vacuum, when they asked me about it, I had something in mind for it. We'll see if it'll work for that. I've been looking for a vacuum that we can suck bugs off of plants out in the garden. But let's go ahead and do a review on the vacuum itself first, before I go and try and put it through a paste that it wasn't designed for. This is a 3-in-1 vacuum cleaner. It's a vacuum cleaner, it's a dust blower, and it's an air extractor. See what we got here. Let me move some of these out of the way. Well, and our bench is just dirty enough we're going to see how well this works. Let's see what we've got in here. Well, we've got a nice little bag, which I kind of want to keep clean. I'm out here in the greenhouse. We've got some attachments. I think you can blow up an air mattress or a basketball or something with that. And that looks like a regular blower. We've got an extension wand, a little brush, a little wide, a smaller little brush. Wow, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Little vacuum head, a HEPA filter, and of course the vacuum itself. That looks like a stainless steel filter. That's got a little slide there. Now it's locked in, comes out. And I assume that's how you dump it. Let's see how this thing works. With that stainless steel filter, I'll bet I can suck up bugs. That's pretty powerful for a little guy. Okay, so it's green, it's got sufficient power. You got to push it on and hold it. That's your household extractor. And then there's little catches inside here. That'll hold it firm. You'll be able to blow up a balloon with that. Blows the dirt right off of there. So it looks like the blower and the air extractor work really well. So it just depends on which side of the intake or the outtake is what you're going to get. Push the button and hold it. Starts up on low. Push it again. It's on high. It's sucking up dirt. No problem. And to clean this thing, you just do a half a twist. It comes right apart. Pull out your HEPA filter. I would tap that in your garbage can. And you just dump it back out. I'm out here in the garden, so it's okay. I'm gonna try it with this stainless steel, see if we can't find a bug. Now these are gonna be squash bugs. Actually, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this attachment. I think this is awesome. Let's go out to the garden and see if we can't find a bug. We got some squash bugs down in here. Oh, got one. Oh, got two. Oh. It works that's kind of gross, but you see them in there? I'm just gonna see how many we can catch. Got two there. Got two there. We caught a whole slew of them in just that fast. That's how you can stay an organic garden. Then I'm just gonna have a bucket of soapy water to dump these out into. They didn't smash up in here, so they haven't started stinking yet. And you know squash bugs, they kind of stink. And if you look right here, if you look right there, there's a little door They're having a hard time navigating that. When you pull the trigger, you got to pull till it comes on. And they'll just be sucked down in there. And you can see I didn't suck in a whole bunch of leaves. All I got was bugs. And when those little eggs start hatching, those babies are going to suck up really easily. So I found my new garden tool. All those attachments are kind of cool, but I found the attachment that I want and the use that I want this for. This is a handy little deal. It says it's got a charge of about 15 minutes. Doesn't sound like long, but when you're moving between plants and you shut it off in between, I think it's going to be just fine. And if I ran this 15 full minutes, I think this would be so full of bugs, I'd have to stop and dump it out and get a cup of coffee anyhow. Saker, once again, you come out with a product that I'm very happy with. If you're interested, there'll be a link in my Amazon store. This is pretty nifty. All it took is another 2-inch rain. We got 3 rows of corn up. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.